Hello, everybody. This is Garden Fairy. Welcome back to the second video of Skyrim Special Edition. In the first video, I went through and explained a little bit for, I guess you could describe them, sorry, as complete noobs to Skyrim. The series is supposed to be somewhat of a teaching thing. Excuse me. For those that want to play but haven't played or have started to play and don't really fully understand how to play. So this is a play with me series as well as a bit of teaching throughout the entire thing for those to learn how to play that really want to. We are in the process of going through the caves of Helgan to get out of Helgan after a dragon attack that happened in the first video. If you want to see the beginning of it, please see the first video that is up on my channel. The reason I have the bow up is because I am using it to go through to make sure that I am going a bit faster. I am over encumbered. I tend to play this game a lot to where I am over encumbered because I tend to want to make sure that I get every bit that I can, and I go through to get as much gold as I can from the beginning all the way through. So, here we are getting ready to escape Helgan with Hadvar. And Hadvar is this annoying guy up here ahead of us.
Giant snakes.
This is a good way to bring your archery up too, by the way. I'm not going to use that hack. I already told them about the hack of building up and everything before going, that I don't want to do it. That I will not be doing it in the video. That was in the very first one. You will hear me just like you did just a few seconds ago on occasion while I am recording, talking to my husband while going through and doing all this, because he's also a gamer, though this is not one that he plays. He does know a bit about the game as well. We were talking about the hack that I mentioned in the very first video. I know you were sleeping. It's okay, honey. Always, 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 always check these things up here. They are desiccated corpses. Sometimes, like this one right here is obviously human. You end up getting decent things from them. One's like what I had shot down. That is a skeever. You know, like this one right here. I tried shooting it down and it didn't want to go, but we can see whether or not it'll go with me being this close. Here we go. These things also make great hiding spots for you to hide some of your gear. If you're over encumbered and you're in a place where you have a lot of enemies. Yeah, or if you're in a tight spot. But always, always, always check every nook and cranny. Like you see up here? That's by the entrance to this part of the cave. And if we wouldn't be looking at every nook and cranny, we wouldn't notice it. And right over here is the ramp to get up there. So, even though this is the exit way, when you get over here, turn immediately over to the left and go up the ramp, and you will be able to get another spider egg. And there is a mace laying right there. You what? Yeah, the mace is always there. The mace is one of the things that have always been consistent. I have not played a game yet where that mace has not been there. Okay. I am going to press circle. After I get out of the cave, I will not be going through and mentioning the controls for getting into this, the weapons menu and everything. But for those of you who are in the beginning, excuse me, trying to create a character and everything and go through and actually get out of the, you know, beginning stages of the game and need a little bit of an extra oomph, the information is here.
This looks like the way.
Love you too, honey. Alright. You can see Hadvar up there, crouched down and staring off over that way. That's because there is a bear there. You can see up here that there is a skeleton. It looks like, yep, it is kind of wrecked. But you get an iron dagger and a potion of health from up here, which are worth a decent amount of gold. So always come up here as well. And to everybody watching, my husband has said goodnight to fairies. Because, you know, my channel, Garden Fairy, we consider you to be our garden fairy friends.
Hold up. There's a bear just ahead. See her? I'd rather not tangle with her right now. You might be able to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow and watch where you step. Or if you're feeling lucky, you go ahead.
I'm going over here. I don't know why I'm still in sneak mode, but there we go, got out of it. I am taking everything that is over here, and these are definitely going to come in handy as well. Looks like this right here, though, is an old merchant's cart. And let's see. I'm going to go over this way, up over this way. I am going directly over to the bear. Now, if you wanted to, you could sneak past it, but when you come back in, you would have to deal with the bear.
That'll teach you to cross me.
Okay, now we're going to go up and over here. Check this out a minute. Nothing here that we can grab. Going to go up and over here. This will take us above where the bear was at. None of this stuff is mineable, which means there are no ores here. Up and over here. There's never anything up here. No, there's other places that I've mined. It wasn't in Helgan. It was over in, it was where the trader in Riverwood sends me. But that's for a future video, quite possibly later on in this video. So I don't want to give away too much yet. Alright, the bear is dead, and now we are able to follow Hadvar down to Riverwood. Over here, of course, is some bones that you're going to end up seeing. Lots and lots of bones. Some of them human. Well, humanoid. And if you go up there, you won't find anything. At least generally you won't. It is fairly random, so what we'll do is we'll go up this way. Now, remember, not every system is the same. But with that, cliff face might have a hard time getting up over here. Yep. I fell off. But anyway, every system has some differences, although there is a lot of different, I should say a lot of similarities. For instance, as far as the Creation Club goes, you cannot use the same purchases that you have done in one system to convert to the other one, which means everything that I have creation point wise in my computer version through
This looks
Steam
like the way out. I was starting to wonder
does
if we'd
not
ever-
come over to PlayStation. And PlayStation creator points will not go into Xbox. They have purposely made it to where they are not compatible. It will not work if you try and use them. You can use the same information that you have for your PlayStation account for your Xbox account, but you will not have any of the same stuff unless you put it there yourself.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back. Closest town from here is Riverwood. My uncle's the blacksmith there. I'm sure he'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Now, you see we have started my pet mud crab. We are to read the notice of sale. And as soon as we can catch up to Hadvar again, we can start talking to him. He took off before I was able to really get to him. But the plants that you find, even if you decide not to go into alchemy, they are worth some money. Gold. So my advice would be to pick every single one of them that you can. Catch all the torch bugs and butterflies, everything that you can, and then just sell them. Because if you don't really want to go into alchemy, this is one of the fastest ways
We could really use someone like you.
for you to get
If the rebels
gold.
have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
Oh. He's gonna be annoying and keep running off. Waiting and then running off. See these up here. Mora tapiola or tapiella or tapanella. Sorry, it takes me a little bit to read some of these names. There will be a point up here where he will stop and he will tell you about the standing stones. And he will wait for you to choose. Yes, that is your perfect opportunity to chat with him and find out more. Another thing is when you are on these streets here, pay attention to the street signs. And also listen to the guards and the people talking. Because they will end up telling you exactly what you need as far as where you are and where you're going. You see, according to the sign, Falkreath and Helgan is directly up there. Helgan is where we just were in the beginning of the game when the dragon destroyed the town. Riverwood is this way. And of course he was annoying and took off. Quick way to bring your stamina back up and reduce some weight is to drink some Alto wine, Blackbriar mead, wine, just anything alcoholic. Because what that will do is it'll increase your stamina. You'll get it back, but it'll be 30% slower for 30 seconds, which isn't really a big deal. In the game, though, there are also what is called Merriers or Merry Cheers, or however you want to go. Happy-go-lucky people. And they are drinking honeybrew mead. They will be mad at you if you share Blackbriar mead. So because of that, I always make sure that I sell the Blackbriar mead. I don't drink it. And because he was a little fast and kind of annoying, he sped up. So what I'm going to do is just talk to him when I get over to Riverwood. Now these are the three guardian stones, or standing stones, however you want to say them. This is the thief stone. Those under the sign of the thief will learn all stealth skills 20% faster. You may only have one sign blessing at a time. This is the mage stone. Those under the sign of the mage will learn all magic skills 20% faster. And this one, the warrior stone. I pretty much always go with this one. Those under the sign of the warrior will learn all combat skills 20% faster. Because I lost the guy. We'll just keep going. Walking normal. Until we get over to Riverwood. Now after we get over here, what we're going to do is we're going to talk to his uncle, which is Alvor. Or Alvar, however you want to pronounce his name. And we will do what we got to do there. Pick up some supplies and get the information as far as needing to go to the Jarl of Whiterun. Whiterun is a place that you will learn a lot more about when we get there. Eventually I will go up that path, but not at this point. As you see, I am going through and harvesting all the plants and stuff that I can. Pardon me. Now when I go through my next run through for Skyrim, you will all have a vote as to which race I will go to with. Bleh. Pardon me. When I go through the second run through here on YouTube, you will all have a vote as to which race I will actually be. The only thing that I will say is I will not do a double race for different playthroughs. And we could probably speed this up by going in the water. All right, now bread, cabbage, carrot, Robert, potions. We got 7 minor healing potions, so we'll just use a couple of those. Now, if you do end up getting into a bind and you want to go a little faster, just jump in the water. Just be careful that you're able to control where you go for the most part, and that you're able to fight the slaughterfish, because the slaughterfish are very annoying predators that, you know, of course, don't leave the water. But once you hit the water, you're in their territory. And if they're close by, they will attack you. And if you don't find them, then, you know, they'll end up killing you. And if you're low enough level, it'll be fairly easy. Now remember, your enemies will level up with you. So if you do end up doing the hack that I told you about in the first video, the very first Dragon Draugr Lord that you come across will be extremely hard for you to defeat. And it will make it really hard for you to advance, and you'll get frustrated quickly. Which is one of the reasons why I refuse to use the hack of leveling up before you even leave the cave. Alright, now up here is Riverwood. So we are literally hitting our first village. Outside of Helgan, of course. Now, I recommend bringing up either your stamina or your your health first on your first level up. Now this over here, this is where the soldiers that you get for Riverwood from the Jarl This is where they are going to camp out. So this right here, this whole circle area will be set up like a camp. Alright. Now we're going to talk to everybody. Starting with Sven.
You look like a traveler. Someone that has seen faraway places and heard new stories. Truly. So maybe my mother isn't crazy after all. You had best tell the Jarl in Whiterun. He needs to know about this.
I saw a dragon in Helgan. Is there somewhere I can buy fresh supplies?
Lucan's got a little bit of everything at the Riverwood Trader. If you need weapons or armor, see Alvor, the blacksmith.
You and Feindal both like the same girl?
Camilla Valerius knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood Trader to speak with her when I'm not around. He's wasting his time.
I'm going to respond with, yes, two people spending time together never blossoms into courtship.
Is that sarcasm? I've heard better wisecracks from Orgnar. Still you have a point. Camilla letting Feindal visit her isn't a good thing for me. Here, let me give you a particularly venomous letter. Say it's from Feindal. That should get Camilla to stop inviting the elf over.
Okay. Now we are going to talk to
Nobody
his
believes
mother.
me, but I tell you, did you hear?
Hilda?
The Riverwood Trader was robbed. Poor Lucan must be torn to pieces over it.
I apologize for going a little too quickly.
By sure, what do you want? It's my boy Sven you need to listen to. He sings at the inn most every night. Sven has the voice of a snowlark. Only good thing he got from his father. My boy fancies that Camilla Valerius. She'll come around soon enough. Camilla, I've seen her talking to that Feindal. Filthy elf needs to keep to his own kind. I raised my Sven to be strong and proud. A true Nord. Let's hear it. Make it quick. Need something? Come, I haven't got all day.
Okay.
That letter ought to convince Camilla to never speak to Feindal ever again.
Alright, before we go in there, I'm going to go into the items, which once again, circle and the, right on either the D-pad or the, toggle. I'm going to go into the ingredients. Now, these are the ingredients for alchemy. We've got, so far, bear claws, blue mountain flower, bone meal, elf's ear, frost mirum, garlic, luna moth wing, mora tapenella, purple mountain flower, red mountain flower, rock warbler egg, salt pile, skeever tail, slaughterfish egg, snowberries, spider egg, thistle branch. Now, one of the ways, fastest ways to get the properties of each revealed on the ingredients, because there are 4 slots. They all say unknown when you first pick them up, is to have your character eat them. So we're going to go through, and before we even enter the blacksmith's home, we are going to consume each of the ingredients. And the ones that we have multiples of it will show up at the very first one what that effect is. Now, bear claws. It's X for eat, square for drop, triangle to favorite. Restore stamina discovered from bear claws. Blue mountain flower. Restore health discovered from blue mountain flower. Bone meal. Damage stamina discovered from bone meal. Elf's ear. Restore magicka discovered from elf's ear. Frost mirum. Resist frost discovered. Garlic. Resist poison. Luna moth wing. Damage magicka discovered. Mora tapanella. Restore magicka discovered. Purple mountain flower. Restore stamina discovered. Red mountain flower. Restore magicka discovered. Rock warbler egg. Restore health discovered. Salt pile. Weakness to magic discovered. Skeever tail. Damage stamina regeneration discovered. Slaughterfish egg. Resist poison discovered. Snowberries. Resist fire discovered. Spider egg. Damage stamina discovered. Thistle branch. Resist frost discovered. Alright, now our maximum weight, or carry weight, is 300. We are at 576, and we are getting ready to be able to go through and get rid of some of this. So now we are going to go in and we are going to talk to Alvor. Ooh, search rabbit.
You look like a traveler. Someone that has seen faraway places and heard new stories.
I don't know exactly what happened there, but okay. First time I've seen a dead rabbit on Alvor's, steps. So, anyway. Take the tomatoes. Sure, I'll take the kettle. Now we're gonna go into the blacksmith's home. Okay, where? There he is. Alright, now to talk to Hadvar.
I hope that dragon isn't still flying around here somewhere.
Who were those other prisoners?
You didn't know? That was Ulfric Stormcloak and his top lieutenants.
He's a traitor of some kind. Or I don't pay much attention to current events. We'll go to the top.
Right. The leader of the Stormcloaks. They claim to be fighting for Skyrim's freedom, but the war is really all about Ulfric wanting to be High King of Skyrim.
Who are the Stormcloaks?
You haven't heard of the civil war in Skyrim? I guess down in Cyrodiil, people have other things to worry about. It's pretty simple. Ulfric founded the Stormcloaks years ago, as a sort of private army to advance his ambitions. He's always used the ban on the worship of Talos to stir people up against the Empire. He never succeeded in getting much support, so a few months ago he murdered the High King. That got the Empire's attention.
I thought dragons were all dead long ago.
So did I. If the damn Stormcloak somehow found one, or woke it up, the war might be about to take an ugly turn. Hard to believe it was just a coincidence, that the first dragon anyone's seen for centuries attacks just as Ulfric was about to be executed.
How did you capture Ulfric?
A masterstroke by General Tullius. He's only been in charge here for a few months, but he's turned things around for the Empire. We've been trying to catch Ulfric since the war started, but he always seemed to slip through our fingers, like he knew we were coming. This time, the General turned the tables on him. Ulfric rode right into our ambush with only a few bodyguards. He surrendered pretty meekly too. So much for his death or glory reputation. I thought we were taking Ulfric back to Cyrodiil, but I guess the General changed his mind. You know the rest.
Why is the worship of Talos banned?
I guess that wasn't such a big deal elsewhere in the Empire, but here it's caused a lot of resentment. Native son and all that. Even I'll admit it hasn't been the Empire's finest hour. But it wasn't like the Emperor had any choice, did he? If he hadn't signed a peace treaty with the Thalmor, they would have destroyed the Empire. Then where would Skyrim be? That's the part that Ulfric's supporters always conveniently forget about. Unless the Empire stands together, the Thalmor will destroy us all.
You really think I should join the Imperial Legion?
Of course. I know today wasn't the best introduction to the Legion, but I hope you'll give us another chance. The Legion could really use someone like you, especially now. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
You think General Tullius knows where the dragons came from?
No, not yet. After all, a dragon, something out of old tales and legends. No one could have expected that. But you can bet he'll be trying to figure it out. This could shift the whole balance of the war. If you want to help stop that dragon, your best bet is to go to Solitude and join up with the Legion.
I'll have to think about it.
Sure, I understand. It's not easy to go from being executed by the Legion one day to joining up the next. But I think you'll see that the Legion is Skyrim's only hope for real peace right now. I know you'll make the right choice in the end.
Alright. Now to talk to Alvor.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood.
Do you have any supplies I could take?
Of course. Take what you need.
Amethyst, belted tunic, bread, 2 carrots, Idar cheese, a wedge, green apple, hunting brew mead, iron ingot, lockpick, potion of minor healing, 3 of them, red apple, silver ring, and wine. We're gonna take all of these.
There's something you could do for me. For all of us here. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
How do I get to Whiterun from here?
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see it just past the falls. When you get to Whiterun, just keep going up. When you get to the top of the hill, you're at Dragon's Reach, the Jarl's palace.
What can you tell me about the Jarl?
Jarl Balgruuf, he rules Whiterun Hold. A good man, perhaps a bit overcautious, but these are dangerous times. So far, he's managed to stay out of the war. I'm afraid it can't last, though.
Which side in the war does he favor?
I don't think he likes either Ulfric or Ellis as much. Who can blame him? But I've no doubt he'll prove loyal to the Empire in the end. He's no traitor.
You support the Empire, then?
Of course. Skyrim has always been part of the Empire. That doesn't mean I support everything the Empire's been doing lately. But Nords have never been fair-weather friends.
Who's Elisif?
I forget you're new to Skyrim. Jarl Elisif, I should say. Although only because she was married to Jarl Torygg when he was murdered. Ulfric murdered Torygg, you know. Walked right into his palace in Solitude and killed him. Shouted him to death, if you believe the stories. That's what started this whole war. The Empire couldn't ignore that. Once the Jarls start killing each other, we're back to the bad old days.
Can I use your forge?
I see no harm in it, if you have the skill. The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new.
What can you tell me about Riverwood?
Gerder's family first settled here as woodcutters, a few generations ago. She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent living sharpening axes and fixing the sawmill.
What do you think about the war?
People are rightly stirred up about the damn Thalmor being allowed to roam around arresting people, just for worshipping Talos. But was it worth tearing Skyrim apart and maybe destroying the Empire? No. Ulfric will have a lot to answer for in the end. Nords have always supported the Empire, and the Empire has always been good for Skyrim.
Why are the Thalmor allowed to arrest people for worshipping Talos?
It's from that treaty that ended the Great War, remember? When the Emperor was forced by the Thalmor to outlaw Talos worship. We didn't pay much attention to it when I was a boy. Everyone still had their little shrine to Talos. But then, Ulfric and his Sons of Skyrim started agitating about it. Sure enough, the Emperor had to crack down. Dragging people off in the middle of the night. One of the main causes of this war, if you ask me.
And the "do you have any supplies I could take" is still highlighted.
Well, I'd better get back to work. You two make yourselves at home.
Now we're going to talk to their daughter, Dorothea.
Did you really see a dragon?
Can I help you?
She is nowhere to be found.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason, of course.
Well, his within reason is anything that is not red. So this right here, even though it says that I can take it, it is red, which means it would be stolen. So if I would take that, he would become mean and aggravated, and they would all come at me.
It's nice to be back in a friendly spot, huh? Listen, I'm going to lay up here for a while. You can make your own way to Solitude from here. I'd recommend heading to Whiterun, just down the road from here. From there you can take a carriage to Solitude.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Keep your guard up.
Alright. I am running out of time for this video. So I am going to do a quick save. And I will sign off here. Remember, it's just a game. Don't let it rule your life. Alright. Now, if you liked the content that you've seen in this video, don't forget to hit subscribe and click that bell icon so you can be notified of all the upcoming videos. I'll see you next time.